The product of two numbers with the same sign is a positive number. For example, plus times plus will give you plus, and minus times minus will yield plus. The product of two numbers with different signs is a negative number. Plus times minus will give you minus, and minus times plus will also give you minus. Negative times a positive is a negative, so we get negative 60. A positive by a negative is a negative. 7 times 6, 42. Negative 42. A negative by a negative is a positive. We get 55. A positive by a positive is positive. We get positive 72. Now, a negative times a positive is a negative, negative 6. A positive times a negative is a negative, negative 20. A negative times a negative is positive. So it's positive 120. A negative times a positive is negative. So it's negative 84. A positive by a negative is a negative. So it's negative 210. Positive by a negative is a negative. So it's negative 160. A negative times a negative is a positive, positive 100. A negative times a negative is positive. And 24 times 35 will be, when we perform the multiplication, will be 840. Positive 840. A negative times a positive is a negative. 46 times 32. When we perform the multiplication, 3 times 4, 12 plus 1, 13. Final results will be 1,472. Negative 1,472. The quotient of two numbers of the same sign is positive. Plus divided by plus yield plus. Minus divided by minus yield plus. The quotient of two numbers with different signs is a negative number. Plus divided by minus yield minus, and minus divided by plus yield minus. The two signs are positive, so it's going to be positive, and 25 divided by 5 is 5. A negative over a positive is negative. 30 divided by 6 is 5. Positive over negative is negative. 60 divided by 10 is just negative 6. Negative over a negative is positive. 75 divided by 25 is 3. A negative over a positive is negative. Negative 5. A negative over a positive is negative, and it's negative 5. Negative over positive, negative. Negative 2. Positive over negative, negative. Negative 7. Negative over negative, positive. Positive 5. A negative over a negative, positive. Positive 5. A negative over a negative is positive. Positive 2. 22 divided by 11. A negative over a negative is positive, positive 6. For multiplication, we're going to multiply 2 at a time. Negative 5 times 3, negative 15, negative by a positive. A negative by a negative will be positive, and 2 times 15 is 30. A negative times a negative is positive. 3 times 4, 12. Times positive 5. And positive times positive is positive. So the answer is going to be positive 60. A negative times a positive is negative. 2 times 7, 14. A negative times a negative is positive, and it's positive 12. And 12 times 14 will be 28 plus 140, which is 168. So the answer is negative 168.